Hello everybody, welcome to an episode of Asian Flash. Did the quarantine make you insane? What is the future of our society? Will the wrath of society and the wrath of God destroy us all? Today on Asian Flash, we discuss the quarantine. Hello everybody, welcome to Insurgency, where we are going to eliminate the enemies in the dark, like a black bat. No. I don't actually know what I want to say in this video, but I just want to say, my thoughts. Of course, I'm already dressed up for this, but no, I'm going to my mom's because I don't know, I might run out of food here, and I don't know how severe the situation might be, and I guess a lot of us are feeling lonely, because especially for people who live alone, like me, which always too loud. Yes, it is pre-recorded footage. I'm not playing. But I will comment if I see something cool, like, oh wow, explosion. I don't know if it diving sinks. Probably not even gonna sink. I shouldn't comment on the video footage at all, because I might not even sink while I'm talking about it. No. But just lots of us are very lonely. Some people deal with it differently. Some people choose to just move where their time gets busier. Oh wait, RPG scene? I think I got like 5. God. A lot of people, some people will try to go and, feel that was, keeping busy, which I think it is the best method. Some people would try it by dating online, getting tons of matches, and then I don't think that's gonna really feel anything at all, actually. Because it's different online and in real life, and I feel we do have a little bit, like online is replacing the physical, and that's really sad. That is, and I don't think it is in our society now. We don't value physical contact as much as before. I don't know. It's just online is just so meaningless, and to show how meaningless online is. I've been online a lot during this virus thing, and people online and people in real life, it is a really big difference. In my life, I haven't had too much people being racist to me. Of course, as a kid, like, I'll bring lunchboxes, rice and stuff, and people would be laughing at me, haha, you bring the rice and whatever. Or people in the streets, sometimes they're really racist and then go back to China and all of that. But not very often. But after this virus, you can see online, especially, a lot of people being openly racist. And I'll talk about that later. But the thing is, it is also happening in real life. Especially in the United States of America, there's a lot of people being harassed, being spit on, or people just being extremely racist towards them. And that was the extent of the hate and xenophobia going on. I'll link my answer from Quora. I don't even know how to say it, whatever. But I'm gonna link my answer down below so you guys can see. But talk about online. Actually, I want to thank Trump for calling the virus the Chinese virus, because he brought the insights to the racism that people have, and if he didn't see it, people wouldn't realize how mistreated, how looked down upon Asian people are, right? And I want to look down, I'll say more. I don't know. It's very strange. It's an invisible kind of oppression, right? You can't like, for example, for the African Americans, like you could measure. You could see, oh, like this guy got killed and whatever. But for us, it's very invisible, right? It's invisible discrimination, and that's why we call it invisible minority, because we don't get placed to jail a lot, but we're being discriminated in very subtle ways, and it hurts. It really hurts, because you can't say like, oh look, we're being discriminated against. But now Trump has given a physical evidence for people's for discrimination, and he actually, by doing that, he made people think that, oh, it was finally okay to be racist against Asian. And after that, there was like a ton of hordes of people like, oh yeah, it is Chinese virus. Yeah, let's kill all the Chinese people. Oh yeah, let's go. And lots of racism out of that. And you can see people's true faces as soon as they're approved, as soon as they believe it is politically correct, as soon as they believe there will be no consequences to their actions, they show their true face. And the true face is xenophobia, aggression, and even before it was not validated, people did it, but in a more subtle way. But we can see the ugly face of America, right? There's a lot of great things about America, but there are also things that aren't as sunny and bright. And it is sad. It's definitely sad to see that. From where I live in Montreal, it's definitely. We've had 2 murders of Korean men who were stabbed in a very popular bar that I've been to, called Ghana Bar, and to think that I might have died there is sad. You really feel powerless, because have you ever had this feeling where you want to do something but you really can't? You don't have the power to do so, right? And I wish I could let justice go, but really there's nothing much I can do except talking to you guys on this platform and telling you guys about how I feel, right? But it's better than before. Before you would feel injustice and you couldn't talk about it, right? If you're a peasant and your whole family got killed by this nobleman, you wouldn't be able to do anything back in the times. You would just have to, endure the pain, the suffering, and maybe live your entire life without having retribution or justice to your family, right? So we do live in a somewhat privileged society, but also comes with its sacrifices, because people say tons of stupid stuff online, and they probably don't even realize that it hurts you, but it may be online, but it comes back to you and it hurts you physically. And your web is full of lies that's going to tell you tons of lies. And throughout your life, it's going to feed you with these lies, and sometimes it hurts really badly. And of course, there's always some truth to what people are saying, right? There's a little bit of truth, but it's exaggerated. And that exaggeration is what's going to hurt you, right? Honestly, I've been trying to deal with all these things online, and not just the virus thing. It happened before, like bad things about Asians and all of that, and I guess it's all about me living the best I can, right? If the web says all Asians are bad, all Chinese people are blah 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 blah, or saying just bad things about me, well, I think the best way of action is not to be, to grave into these words, but instead take the opportunity to improve myself and not let these things really cause me evil, because if you buy in these stereotypes, you'll become these stereotypes, right? This is what I believe. I believe I should just all my life I should do my best, and if it's not successful, then at least I've done my best, and I would live without regret. And I believe that is the most important thing. We're going to go into part 2, and that is life in quarantine. So I'll see you guys to the next part.
不想每天无聊，一直待在家里，让我成为主角，背负太多压力。还好我没被击垮，证明我足够聪明。最恶劣的环境最能体现我个人的魅力。
Hello everybody, welcome to part 2. A lot of people think that this virus thing is a bad thing, but I see that it's a good thing, because in a good part of my life, I've took all the things for granted: relationships, friends, family. I took all these contacts with people as granted, like I couldn't lose them, right? And if I left, they'd be back. And, well, now it's no longer the case, right? You can't see your friends. I mean, at least not physically, at least. And you can't make new friends. And only when man loses something that it really values it. I think it is a good understanding lesson. Because maybe a lot of us, I hope I'm not the only one, but maybe a lot of us haven't made very extremely meaningful, maybe one or two, but haven't made extremely meaningful relationships or long-lasting ones, especially if you're younger. And in these times, it is quite important to have very meaningful relationships. And like people that you can talk to when you're feeling lonely or when you're feeling sad, right? And that's not with anyone that you can do that, because if you haven't made this deep connection with someone, you might not be able to talk to them about that, or that you might take it as a joke, right? And especially for us guys, it's hard because we don't talk about it that much. And honestly, I wouldn't even know how to talk to my friends about especially my guy friends, about my feelings. I guess always keep them hidden. I hide my feelings as if I didn't have any, and if I'm hurt, I try to not reach out, because that's like, oh, I don't know, as if it wasn't important, or that I'm too manly to reach out for help. And I've never had problems with that when I talk about my feelings with female friends. It's just guy friends. And I think it is a time to reflect on our emotions, on how we deal with stuff, and should we really open up so that we become more mentally healthy. That is also something that should reflect, right? It reflects how we normally deal with relationships and how much we value our relationships, right? And I think it is time after the quarantine that we reflect on how we acted and stop taking these things for granted, right? Because at any time you could lose them, the most simplest of things that maybe you didn't value before, but when you lose, you really value. Hey, and I think it's time that we think, right? Not just be sad the whole time and like, oh, I'm so lonely, I can't do anything, but really reflect on the issues that we have ourselves, and to reflect why we're feeling that way, right? If you miss your friends, but before you didn't even want to call your friends, well, maybe it's time that you reflect that maybe you should have placed more effort on your friends, right? Or perhaps, I don't know, you missed this girl you've been dating, and you wish she was with you in quarantine. Maybe that reflects something deeper about you, that you regret that you didn't make any moves, or you didn't really put your heart into it, right? That it reflects a lot of things about you, and the way you're feeling it's normal. It's important to feel this sense of unification in your head, but it is also important that you don't feel too discouraged. It's important that you go outside, that you run, or do any physical exercise, because in these dire times, people have lost their purpose. I mean, think about it. If you were, I don't know, you work in an office, what is your purpose? Well, you want to feed your family, you want to go to work and all that. You got your routine, right? And that was your purpose. You go to work, maybe play video games when you come back, and all of that. And in normal life, you didn't need a very deep purpose, right? It just work, survive, and Maslow's pyramid of needs. And now, right now, you have lost your main purpose, and you have to find. It is a challenge to find your main purpose, right? Well, what do you want to do? What do you like to do? What are your hobbies? What truly makes you happy? Instead of what is going to make you money, because right now it's all about. It's a struggle for mental health, right? Before it was your own physical health, now it's your mental health. And if you have economical difficulties, definitely also physical health, right? But honestly, you guys should really take care of yourselves. It's really important. And I don't know, I don't have much to say. If you guys have any comments, any commentary, I'm going to take these last maybe 4 minutes to talk about what I'm trying to do with this channel. I haven't found that much the past, but I've really given up on getting views and stuff. In my previous channel, I did it all for the views. It's all about is my work valued? Of course, it feels great to have your work valued, but I don't know. I think it's about persistence. That's my new mentality. My train of thought is that if I make 1,000 videos, at least one of them is going to get recognition, right? And I'll make 1,000, 10,000 if it has to, but I guess I really want, because it's I mean I do it for fun, right? It's really fun, and it doesn't cost me anything, just a little bit of my time, and it makes me feel happy. And I think that's the most important, right? And, if people watch me or don't watch me, it's not really that important for me anymore. And it's really, and especially during quarantine, the value of doing YouTube is unprecedented. It doesn't have, it doesn't die, because it is a purpose that is more profound than a daily routine, right? And if there is someone who is watching and who likes my videos, I thank you very much, and I hope to see you in my next videos. Thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.